We love dry camping in remote places, taking advantage of the freedom our RV gives us to live comfortably off the grid. That said, it's also nice to come in from the boondocks to a full hookup RV park and enjoy the comforts of water, electric, and sewer connections. Before plugging in your RV, be sure that the circuit breaker is in the off position. This power pedestal is equipped with 20, 30, and 50 amp service, so we can plug our 50 amp cord directly into the outlet. Now we can turn on our 50 amp breaker. If the pedestal is only equipped with 20 or 30 amp service, we can use our dog bone to step down to a smaller plug. This dog bone steps us from 50 down to 30 amps. If 20 amp service is all that's available, we'll use our second dog bone, which steps down to a standard 3-prong household plug. For more detail about adapting your RV's power plug to the available power outlet, check out our video Dog Bones 101 by clicking the link in the video description. Now let's get our fresh water hose hooked up. Be sure to use a white, drinking water safe water hose that contains no chemicals that can be harmful for drinking. Before we connect the water line, we want to make sure to spray the faucet off with some Lysol. If you're wondering why we'd clean a freshwater faucet off with Lysol, there's a good reason. Because the last thing this faucet was likely used for was this morning, when the previous camper rinsed out their sewer hose here. First, we connect our Y valve so that if we need water for other purposes while the RV is hooked up, we have an additional faucet. To protect your RV's water system from high pressure water, always be sure to use a water pressure regulator, such as this, or this one. You'll notice that both of these have the same small opening down inside, which restricts the flow of water. If you want higher water flow, you can splurge and pick up this type of water pressure regulator. This model of pressure regulator is more expensive, but it has the added benefit of higher water flow and a gauge built into the line. It's also adjustable with a screw on top, so you can turn up the water pressure if you'd like it to be a bit higher. Just be sure not to turn it up so high that you risk having your plumbing rupture. If we need to fill our fresh water tank, we can do that by turning on our tank fill and leaving it on until the tank is full. Then turn it back off so you can run the RV off city water here in the park during your stay. We have full hookups here in this park, so let's get our sewer line hooked up next. For that, of course, we're going to need a sewer hose with our clear elbow on one end. We also have an adapter to connect our sewer hose to the park's sewer inlet, and a sewer hose support. This is a Slunky brand, which is the best we've found. Of course, whenever you're handling the sewer line, you need a good pair of disposable or washable reusable gloves. Double check to make sure that both your gray and your black valves are fully closed, and then remove the cap from the sewer line. Then clip your clear sewer elbow onto the RV's sewer outlet. Lay your sewer hose on top of the sewer hose support and pull the elastic bands tight across the top. You can see that our sewer hose adapter has 3 separate size threads. That's because the park sewer line will have one of 3 different size threads. Our adapter fits in all of them. We can see that this size sewer inlet fits our center thread. Be sure to screw it in firmly to make a tight seal for the sewer hose so it won't leak. The final piece of our sewer connection is to take this section of the adapter and put it into the outlet of the sewer hose, then push it firmly down into the other section of the adapter. Now we have a solid watertight connection from the RV all the way down to the RV park's sewer line. If you're going to dump both the black and the gray water, dump the black tank first, following the directions in our video about how to dump a black water tank. Since our black tank is only about 1/4 full, we're not going to dump it. But as long as we're fully hooked up, we can empty the gray tank and leave the valve open so that we can shower and run water freely without worrying about filling up the tank. As much as we love boondocking in the middle of nowhere, there's an awful lot to be said for air conditioning, long showers, and the ability to power just about anything without firing up the generator.